Gallifrey Gals. Gallifrey Gals. Gallifrey Gals. Welcome to our sci-fi world. It's Gallifrey
everyone.
Gals.
What are you doing? Ooh, what's beverage?
Hawaiian Punch. Not sponsored.
Yum.
Anyways. Hi.
Hi, everyone. It's the Gallifrey Gals, and we're getting warped. I'm Paula.
I'm Katrina.
Did we say our names when we watched Doctor Who earlier?
We did. Yes.
We definitely said we're getting wibbly wobbly.
We definitely did, and we so said our names.
We totally said our names.
Okay. What
we
the heck?
are watching Next Generation Season 5, Episode 17 today. And it is... I know it.
10 episodes left of the season.
We are... Before you know it, we're going to be finished with Season 5. And there's going to be 2 seasons left, Katrina. And it's going to be over.
So wild.
And there's no more Star Trek in the world.
I cannot... Yeah, there's none. There's nothing else for me to watch. I will not tell a lie that I just saw, because at this point the algorithms and things can't avoid it.
Right.
But I did just see that Picard season 3 is getting the entirety of the TNG cast together.
Oh, really? I didn't even see that. Oh, that's cool. So,
What the heck is this episode?
this episode is called The Outcast. God bless the outcasts. The sin and I don't really remember much of it because I only saw Hunchback of Notre Dame like once. It's not my favorite Disney
2
movie.
times maybe when I was younger. Not much.
I'm gonna get candy, and then I'm gonna tell you about
Piece of candy.
the just making sure it wasn't licorice flavor. So yeah, this episode, I'm not really gonna set anything up for you. I'll just say it's another controversial issues episode, which Star Trek does so well and what makes me love it. And there's some things that might be a little bit difficult in it, but
yeah,
sometimes important things are difficult. We'll talk about it at the end, I think.
Absolutely. I mean, the last episode, same thing. You know, episode all like these. There are important things that need to be discussed in them.
Yeah.
Sometimes that is hard.
So. Yeah.
But gosh darn it, if I'm not emotionally capable enough, I don't know who is.
And for people who are concerned, Katrina and I have talked off camera about some things that come up in this episode. So, yeah. I think just on that, I think we should watch it. Like, I don't want to build it up too much like some big scary thing is going to happen here. I think we should just watch the show, you know? So.
I think I'm in for it. Let's do it.
We think life support would sustain for as long as 10 days.
Oof.
Then perhaps our crews survive.
We could send in one of our own shuttles, but its
But-
energy would also be absorbed.
Yeah.
Our chief engineer is working on a way to maintain the power reserves long enough to rescue your crew.
Commander, we're grateful for your help. Whatever resources we can provide are yours.
Like how he started that, I was like, are they about to be like, thanks, but no thanks?
I guess they're just gone. I'll just let them go.
Navigational deflector, redundant graviton polarity source generators.
You handle these controls like you grew up in a shuttle.
I did. My parents were pilots. I was flying with them before I could walk. As soon as I was old enough, I entered flight school. Crichton was my instructor.
You had a good student.
Commander, there are no he's or
knew
she's
it.
in a species without gender. Do not think there is really a translation.
Well, then I'll just have to muddle.
Well, there is now. We know it's they, but that's
There
okay.
is.
Slips by, okay?
It's okay.
Well, if that's the systems review, I don't see any problem. What's next?
Lunch. It's hard to grasp the idea of no gender.
It is just as hard for us to understand the strange division in your species. Males and females. You are male.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about males. What is it makes you different from females?
Physically, men are bigger, stronger in the upper body. We have different sexual organs. Men can't bear young.
And what about feelings or emotional attitudes? Are they different?
Most people think so. Some only respond to physical attractiveness. Others couldn't care less. There are no rules.
You make it sound very complex.
Believe me, it is. Good evening.
Please take my place, Kryde. I have to be going. Thank you for going over the flight protocols, Commander. It was very helpful.
This is all
Captain's log
very
supplemental. Commander Riker and the
interesting.
United Pilots have sent in a charge in null space.
Very interesting conversation
The
happening.
And then
conversations
proceed
that are
with the rescue
happening.
attempt.
I've illuminated Delta 4 grid map. We'll start there and expand.
Stand by. Forward phaser array.
Commander, tell me about your sexual organs.
Records. Like, that's kind of personal.
Is that an uncomfortable subject?
I think him and I
No,
just had the same
But it doesn't
reaction.
tend to be a topic of casual conversation.
Or professional
I'm interested in
conversation.
your mating practices.
Correcting course. 021, Mark 0. For humans, the sexual act brings a closeness and intimacy.
As I say, yeah, you
It is a
made
long ritual for us.
like made an assumption
Full of
there,
variety and
Riker.
invention, I assure
Yeah,
you.
really.
It is extremely pleasurable.
Yeah, I was like, what an
I think
assumption to
I'm
make.
neutrino emission.
Yeah, they're like, "But just because it's different from yours, not mean it don't feel good."
Maybe coming from our shuttle, I'll note these coordinates. We have been taught that gender is primitive,
Primitive?
less evolved.
I mean, in some ways, hundo percent.
Not to be said for an experience that's primitive.
Riker.
Delta 5 grid map.
Riker's like, I like to get primitive.
Oh,
Eee.
nice.
Oh!
I think I just pieced together what the rest of the episode is going to be, but we'll see if I'm right. I have a feeling I am.
It's just a minor concussion. You're going to be fine.
Are we still on schedule then?
It depends on how you're doing.
I'm fine. We should go check the port engine.
Whoa. Can you access the starboard manifold thrust?
I find you attractive. Some have urges to be female. I am one of the latter. Those who are discovered are shamed and ridiculed. And only by undergoing psychotectic therapy and once I got older and knew what I was, I have had to live with that fear ever since.
Do you have relationships?
Just think about it.
Ugh. Ugh. So really.
That's it, Commander. Everything checks out. The energy buffer is installed and functioning.
Ooh, look at somebody with a beard.
Oh,
I forgot about that.
Oh.
A constant rescue as far
See,
as I can, but once you get
transition
inside
of
that
Geordi
constant,
into
you're on your
beard
own.
randomly.
You don't have any idea.
Attractive.
Just-
I'm
Yeah,
here for
Riker,
it.
shave.
Direct
Geordi,
space.
My
don't.
Dr. Crusher will be standing by.
I have so many thoughts that are in so many different
dead ahead.
directions.
Yeah.
This episode is very
Approximately
complicated.
50 kilometers.
This episode is a lot, and I think also less subtle in many ways
Yeah.
than
And just
previous. It's just it.
Riker to
Yeah.
Enterprise. Getting sensor readings. They're unconscious, but they're alive. Stand by. I'm going to transport them over here.
oh, God bless.
I know, right? It's stressful.
I need medical attention quickly.
Life support. This might give us one last.
Yeah, I mean, you're
But if
leaving
we
it behind
use a
anyway.
shift of that size,
But if we stay here, we're dead anyway.
Yeah, what does it matter? Truly,
Maximum
what does it
energy.
matter? You either die
Stresses
trying
me
to get
out.
out, or you die. I'd rather die trying to get out.
Yeah.
I've always been interested in exobotany.
please
I'm
let
sure
me take you on a tour.
you have. Thinks they hate it.
Hello, Will.
What's all this?
Wonderful things. My mother sent me a box that belonged to one of my father's ancestors.
I had to see you.
Has something happened?
I've met someone.
The way she said that was so, like, knowing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes. Nothing will change between us, will it?
Never
Of course
has.
it will. All relationships are constantly
Yes,
changing.
she's right. God, nicely said.
But we'll still be friends. Maybe better friends. You're a part of my life, and I'm a part of yours. That much will always be true.
We had an appointment. We were going to discuss...
I don't think so, Commander.
Excuse me?
We know about the two of you. We know what you're doing.
Where
and
is
we're
Soren?
going to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Answer me. Where is Soren?
In custody.
Commander Riker, these proceedings are closed to everyone.
I think I just opened them.
Sir, this is a private matter. We are grateful for your recent help, but that gives you no right to interfere with our personal
I
concerns.
just want you to know what really happened. It was all my fault.
I am tired of lying. I am female. I was born that way. It is not unnatural. I am not sick because I feel this way. We have not injured you in any way. And yet we are scorned and attacked. And all because we are different. We talk and laugh. We complain about work. All of the loving things that you do with each other. That is what we do.
I congratulate you, Soren. Your decision to admit your perversion makes it much more likely that we can help you.
Absolutely, fuck you.
We have a very high success rate in treating deviants like this, and without exception...
Soren! Sir, their minds are set. They don't want to hear another alternative.
And I'm not sure that there's much that we can do.
It's my fault that this happened. I have to help her.
Well, if you're here for sanction, to take matters into your own hands, I can't give it to you.
Who is it?
Lieutenant Worf, are you by any chance considering an unannounced visit?
Lieutenant.
Sir, you are my commanding officer. If you order me to stay on board, I will obey. But I ask you not to give that order.
Okay. Excuse me. I need to speak to her alone for a moment.
Please don't.
All right, we're almost there.
It was all a mistake. And I should have realized it from the beginning.
What?
That I was sick. I had these terrible urges, and that is why I reached out to you. But it was wrong. And I see that now.
I didn't know when to tell them we would be there. Is our business with the Janai finished?
Finished, sir.
Ooh, buddy.
This episode aired in 1992. Now, from my very modern day filter on it, it feels very much, obviously, an episode about gender and non-binary and gender roles.
It's
So this
about
was
being gay.
yeah, it's a meant to be. Yes, this was their episode about homosexuality.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, with today's filters, we can very easily put
Just map it all.
map
Many
it
of
all
these
into,
things
you know,
kind of
the concept of gender
wrap
and how it
into
is.
gender and sexuality as
Silly.
concepts are things that I think we often go hand in hand, though they don't necessarily, they're not inherently linked to each other, but yeah.
Just want people to have to imagine having to come out being straight. That's basically what that was just now. Imagine having to come out being straight. Imagine having to hide a piece of yourself out of fear of so many different things that could happen, whether it be emotional abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse. You know, people like today, like you see all these things of like, oh, these shows are trying to influence my children with gay things or this or that. And it's like, your children know what sexual orientation is. You want to know why? Because they see a mom and dad together. They see a boyfriend and girlfriend together. They see a man and a woman together. That's a sexual orientation.
Also, you joke about how your 3-year-old daughter and your friend's 3-year-old son are boyfriend and girlfriend.
Uh-huh.
So they aren't too young for that. But they're too young at 10 years old to know what a gay relationship is. That's dumb, especially when by the time you're that age, they know. They more than likely know, whether they're ready to admit it to themselves or understand it about themselves. We know who we are and who we are attracted to.
I was...
may not be able to fully verbalize it or process it, but like you know in your gut, you know.
I was, I think, 7. I think I was 7 or 8 years old. It was between there. The journey with that is so interesting because, one, I never officially like ever talked about it with my parents. It was just kind of this unspoken thing because I felt like I wasn't. Not that they necessarily made me feel like I couldn't, but it felt like something I wasn't supposed to just bring up and talk about.
Right.
You know, my best friend in high school, her and I had a secret relationship that we had to hide from her mother. And, you know, like that's hard.
Yeah.
Having to hide a piece of yourself out of fear of the consequences of that.
Yeah.
Moving on to getting old, like being older and like having one of my brother's really good friends at the time having to live with us because his family kicked him out when they found out he was bisexual. You know, just like it's just so wild to me that something as simple as being attracted to someone, which does not affect the other person, it doesn't affect you. Are you having sex with them? Mm-hmm. No, especially if it's not consensual, and hopefully not. You know, like if it does not affect you, it just doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that that is based off of real things. That is a real thing that went on for far too fucking long. And if I'm speaking potentially out of my asshole, I think it still happens in areas right now.
Yes. It definitely still happens.
That's why it's so like we went from watching Doctor Who, the Christmas special, and like the war going on in there, and now here we are.
It's been a bit brutal today.
And it's just like, why do we still care? 30 years later, why do we still give a shit who someone is attracted to or sleeps with or wakes up and says and knows in their fucking heart and soul, I am a woman. Let them be a fucking woman. What does it have to do with you?
It doesn't have anything to do with it.
If they're a man, then they are a fucking man. You let them have their
Yeah, it literally doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect you.
And this is something I could fuel this fire all day long.
Yeah.
There's nothing more sad than taking someone and beating them into submission and taking away who they are.
I mean, Soren is brainwashed at the end of this episode.
Yes.
And it's so sad. And I know it's weird because I'm like, I've been excited about this episode. I love this episode. And it's not because it's a fun watch. It's because it feels important to me when I'm watching it. It feels important. And I think there is genius to it. Jerry Taylor wrote this episode and took it on. Was like, look, I'm a woman on the staff here. This is going to be controversial. I'm used to it.
I'm so glad it's a woman who wrote this episode.
She was like, you know what? I'm straight, but I do at least know I have a window into what it's like to feel disenfranchised, and therefore I think I can pull enough from that to hopefully do justice to this episode. And I just think it was so genius to frame it in this way, like the opposite. of what you would think.
Yes.
Because it is. Because the people who need to feel the empathy are the ones who are considered normal by societal standards. We need to go, well, wait, me as a woman wouldn't be allowed to love who I love? You need, and it's so smart, it's such a disarming way to make people see, to put themselves in someone else's shoes.
Yep.
Gosh. And I'm going to look up the actress who played Soren.
Fucking incredible.
Those monologues. She had multiple emotional monologues that she had to deliver with, we weren't cutting away at anything. There was no, it was just her relating a story from her past and then defending herself. And gosh, they were good. This actress is Melinda Kulia. I'm not sure how you say her last name. She hasn't been acting. She hasn't acted anything since like 2001. She did a ton of stuff in the 80s and 90s. So I recently had a conversation with a friend where they revealed something to me that was very personal that I don't think they'd even really truly revealed to themselves. It's one of those things where it's like the first time they've said something out loud. Mm-hmm. And the fear of like, I just related so hard to that scene with Riker and Troy of it. Like, does this change things between us? And me saying to my friend, no, it does. Nothing's changing. And Riker having that moment of like, I need to tell someone that, because I wondered, like, is Riker struggling as well with, like, what does this mean about me if I have an attraction to this person who's androgynous, even though she is a woman, but physically there's a difference, but I guess maybe it isn't that different from any other alien he's slept with, but, like, wonder, like, is he really going to try to have that conversation to be like, I'm in love with someone who isn't you? Is that cool? Or is he going, I'm in love with someone who is different than the kind of person I thought I could love? Are we cool?
I think it's all of it.
Yeah.
I think it's all of it.
It's so complicated, and I just love this show.
Really did fucking love that moment with Troy. I loved that.
Oh, yeah, when she's like,
I was very much
be the same.
I'm like, no, it doesn't change anything. And then she's like, of course it will. We're always changing. Our friendships, our relationships are always changing. And she's so fucking right. Made me eat my words so quick. Because yes, and I agree with that highly. Your relationships and friendships should change. They should grow. They should evolve. But that doesn't mean it changes the love.
Yeah.
That's there. Other than making it grow.
Yeah.
So. Ooh, that's a spicy hot take episode. Very interested to see how everyone handles that reaction. I also know this is going to be very difficult to edit for YouTube because I don't think we talked very much.
It was very quiet. But there's so much being said, and it was important, and so we wanted to take it in. We didn't want to. I didn't want to talk. So we were quiet, and hopefully I think our facial reactions are yeah. Good luck with the edit for it.
It's typically the sound situation.
Yeah. Where it's like
we need a little talking to help counteract the CBS bots. So we're going to roll with it. We'll see how it goes.
Well, if we need to record something to talk over with, here, we'll do it right now. You can put this is us talking during, hi. Here, just put this voice over it.
This is so natural.
Ready? Mm-hmm. Hello, it's Paula. We're being quiet here. Hopefully you can see how this scene is affecting us. It's a doozy. We're not wanting to talk over it because we're wanting to take it all in. But sometimes our voices need to be over the footage so that the bots don't catch us out here. So that's why I'm letting you know now what's going on. Here we are being quiet again. Oh, look, this is a serious moment. We're taking it in. Yeah, we're quiet, but believe me, it's hitting us hard.
We're feeling it.
There you go. Maybe you can use those.
Yeah, totally. Totally gonna put in the effort to use that.
I don't believe you.
What? You don't believe me?
I don't. Not with that tone. Oh boy.
Yeah. Everyone, I hope you had, I don't know how you feel about this episode. I know that there might have been some things that we said that were a little spicy. And again, we both admitted that this is also, there's a point where we're viewing it through today's eyes. And that obviously filters a lot of that, like in how we react to certain things. So, but still, very, very, it's an incredible episode.
Yeah. It's episodes like this that make me go, this is the best television show that's ever existed.
It's just so good.
So, yeah.
Oh, click the like and comment on the thing and subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, subscribe to the channel. Be on.
Bow
You want
down
more
to camo.
You want more camo shots? Well, you better join the Patreon for that, and you'll see cats. All the cats. Oh my gosh, this is too cute. The Patreon supports what we're doing, helps us continue to do it, holy moly, and gives you access to our Discord community, and you get episodes early, you get full-length reactions. Well, some episodes you get early, but that's mostly just the animated stuff. But you get full-length reactions.
you get it
whatever.
before YouTube. You still get it before YouTube does. So.
There you go. And I have heartburn, so...
Oh, on that note...
Catch your Gallifrey gals next time, as we take more Pepsid.
Boldly watch what I have not watched before. Bye!
Bye!
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, go ahead and give it a little thumbs up, and if you want to be notified when we post new content, go ahead and subscribe to our channel and hit that little bell in the corner.